Kimmich, one of the best right backs in the world, Thomas Muller, David Alaba, Douglas Costa. All of these guys were in action, and yet Bayern Munich were knocked out of the DFB Cup by Holstein Kiel, who are not even in the German Bundesliga.
Yeah, they are they are third rather in the second Bundesliga, and they've got 29 points from 15 games, just a point behind table toppers. So going to that game yesterday, yes, I understand Bayern Munich, one will expect them to stroll past them, maybe 5-6 goals, But at the end of the day, it's a cup game, and sometimes it's really difficult, even when you play your stars. But I will expect the likes of Lewandowski. Or is it tiredness they are going to say that happened to them, or is it that there was dropped? It was a.
I didn't even mention Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry. These guys played this. They got the goals for them.
It was a full house for Bayern, and it was a very shocker right now that game went to penalties, and Holstein Kiel scored all the 6 penalties.
Yeah, fantastic for Bayern. Yes, Marc Rosa was the only guy that missed
for Bayern. So it's one of these things. That's why cup games there's no guarantee in cup games. You could be, upset and all that. And this is this, biggest upset we've seen so far this week as far as football is concerned. Bayern to Holstein Kiel, come on, that was a huge blow to the Bavarians.
Well, today we will have Borussia Dortmund. They will play against Paderborn. Then, of course, it's going to be Holstein. Well, this one will come later. Since Holstein Kiel have advanced, they will be playing against Darmstadt. Then this match, Borussia Dortmund and Paderborn is on the 2nd of February. Then John Regensburg will play against FC Cologne, also on the 2nd of February. RW Essen versus Bayer Leverkusen, by RB Leipzig taking on Bochum, VfB Stuttgart versus Borussia Mönchengladbach, Werder Bremen versus Greuther Fürth, and Wolfsburg versus Schalke. For all of these matches coming up on the 2nd of February. So that's what happened in Germany last night, plus the matches that we expect on the 2nd of February. Yesterday we had the Trophy de Champions, which is like the Community Shield in England, and Mauricio Pochettino, who was in charge for 293 games at Tottenham Hotspur, he didn't win a single trophy, got to finals but lost both. But yesterday in his 3rd match at Paris Saint-Germain, he has a trophy. He won that competition. Well, as we said, that is it's a trophy, but it is the smallest trophy you can win in many countries.
But notwithstanding, I think it's good for him to have won a trophy. Winning that game against Fulham, Marseille, rather, 2 goals to 1. I think it was great. Yes, returning Neymar, scoring the winning penalty. I think that was good for PSG. And for Pochettino, yes, he's managing one of the best team rather in France as far as French Ligue 1 is concerned, and also other league competitions. So they've dominated over the years, and one will expect them to continue their dominance. So for him to have gotten 3 matches he has played, drawn 1, won 1, and won 2 rather, and claiming that 2-1 win yesterday to win the title, I think that was great for him. So we're looking forward to how he's going to overtake Lyon, at the top of the table, and see how they are going to finish at the end of the season when it comes to the Ligue 1 and other, cup competitions. Though they are the favourites, but I think they are going to fight really hard this time to secure all titles, on offer, because it won't be like last season. Because from this season, we've seen that the competition is really close between them and Marseille, as well as Lille and Lyon. So if they are not careful, they might not retain it in the French Ligue 1. So for Chelsea to do that, he has to start working on building on the legacy left behind by his predecessors. So congratulations to them, good on for them.
All right, still staying in Europe, we had the Coppa Italia, some matches in the Coppa Italia last night. Let's look at the results of those games.
Okay, Coppa Italia matches that we played last night. Napoli were in action. They took on Empoli. That game ended 3-2 in favor of Napoli. Fiorentina at home were beaten by Inter 2-1 after extra time. Then same for Juventus, 3-2 they defeated Genoa after extra time. These are the games that were played yesterday in the Coppa Italia.
Okay.
Today, Sassuolo will take on Spal, then Atalanta will play host to Cagliari.
All right, let's go to South America now and talk about the Copa Libertadores. We're in the semi-finals, and it's going to be an all-Brazilian affair in the final. Palmeiras, we know that they lost 2-0 to River Plate, who are from Argentina. So it could have been an all-Argentina affair, but instead it's going to be all Brazil. River Plate won their second leg for 2-0, but they lost the first 3-2. So it means that Palmeiras had advanced 3-2 on aggregate. So yesterday we had the second semi-final. That's the second leg of the second semi-final. First leg was goalless between Boca Juniors and Santos. These are, of course, the former clubs of Diego Maradona and the great Pele. Pele played for Santos, Maradona played for Boca Juniors. So first leg ended goalless. Second leg, Santos won 3-0. So Santos advancing 3-0 on aggregate to the final.
Yeah, congrats to Santos for winning the second leg, because the first leg they went home they traveled to Boca Juniors, and Boca failed to win at home. That's one thing that you get when you fail to win at home. Going away, there is no guarantee, because also you'll be feeling the pressure going away. But sometimes, because it's a semi-final, you just, okay, let me throw in everything I've got and see how the match will go. But all the same, thanks to Santos for taking their chances, and now it's all Brazilian affair. Yeah, whether you like it or not, the trophy remains stays in Brazil after the end of the day. So for me, it is not left for Palmeiras and Santos to see who takes home the trophy. But for Boca Juniors, could have been very, very good if they had been able to win this in honor of late Diego Armando Maradona. But they've got another opportunity. Let's see how they'll fare in their next competition. But so far, they tried, but their best wasn't good enough. So I hope that the death of Maradona will inspire them to do great stuff next season. But this time they were close, but they missed their chances.
All right, so Spain now, where we had the semi-final of the Spanish Super Cup. Barcelona played against Real Sociedad. That match ended 1-1 at regulation time, but Barcelona won the resultant penalty shootouts.
Yeah, waiting for the winner of today's game between
Athletic Bilbao and Real Madrid.
So it was a tough one. I understand it wasn't going to be easy, because it was a good game. As we said, that they've been in great form, before having a dip in form of late. But 1-1 at the end of the day, they're going to penalties, though they lost out. But I think it's good. Barca will want to finish this season, and Messi will want to leave with some medals, before saying goodbye to the Catalonia. And I think that was one of the most motivation and inspiration they're getting at the moment. Though they are struggling sometimes, but they know how to grind out a win if it's a cup competition. But if it's league games, they also know how to come back even when they are struggling. So Barca this time around, I don't think they are doing very badly. So final, let's see if they will win.
They won 3-2 on penalties. Freddie de Jong and Antoine Griezmann missing their kicks, but then Marc-Andre ter Stegen saving their blushes, having to save a couple of penalties, but eventually they won that encounter 3-2 on penalties. So today it's going to be Athletic Bilbao versus Real Madrid. This is the second year of this new format of the Super Cup. It used to be just the La Liga champions versus the Copa del Rey winners, and if the same team won the double, then the team that finishes second will play against the team that won the La Liga. But this time they decided to change it, so it's going to be the top 4 teams that play this competition, and the winner from the Copa del Rey, of course. So that's why you're having 4 teams in action. So for now, we know Barcelona are in the final. They are going to wait for whoever wins today when Athletic Bilbao play against Real Madrid. So that's what is happening in the Spanish Super Cup. All right, let's move on to the United States of America now. Still talking football, but not club football. We're talking the national team. The former United States goalkeeper Hope Solo, she said that there must be sacrifices must be made as the women's national team fight for equal pay from the United States Soccer Federation. Remember that the United States women's national team, their lawsuit for equal pay was dismissed in May 2020. Then an appeal was filed against the decision. So they are seeking $66 million in damages under the equal rights pay. So Hope Solo, speaking on the Players podcast, she said that anyone can speak on the microphone or wear a shirt or tweet something out, but how do you actually get things done? It is by making sacrifices, that they have to all stand up together and be strong, and so they have to make sacrifices, otherwise nothing will be done. So the lawsuit was filed by 28 women's national team players in 2019 against the United States Soccer Federation. So Hope believes that sacrifices have to be made, and by that she means that they have to put in a lot of work, legal documentation, meeting with politicians, Congress, and the U.S. Senate. So they must be willing to fight this all the way to get what they demand, what they are demanding. Hope Solo is 39 these days. She said the United States women's national team, that they are not doing enough, that they still need to fight harder. Otherwise, what they are saying will basically just be empty words. And of course, you know that the United States women national team, they won the FIFA Women's World Cup for the fourth time in France in 2019, and they have won the Olympic gold medal in football 5 times. The men's team, they failed to even qualify for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia, and yet we know that they earn much more than the women's national team. So Hope is saying that they know what's happening. They know that people in power don't want to give women equal pay, so they have to fight for it. But you know, I listened to Christine Amanpour. I watched the interview. She interviewed Yoweri Museveni, the president of Uganda, a couple of days ago on her show Amanpour on CNN, and she was asking him certain questions about what's going on in Uganda right now. Clamp down on the opposition. You know, Bobby Wine, a young man wanting to be president of Uganda, and Yoweri Museveni was basically saying that the United States do not have the moral justification to preach to anybody. He brought up the attack on the U.S. Capitol and everything, and was basically telling Christine and the Americans that they don't have the moral authority to interfere or to tell others in so-called third world countries how to practice democracy when they are also having some serious problems in their country. And now you have I don't agree with Yoweri Museveni. I'm just saying what happened. I'm not saying I support his claim or that he's justified to be changing the constitution of the Ugandan people. Well, he said this is the people that are changing it because they wanted him to continue. Because some time ago, he said, many years back, he's been in charge now for 35 years. And over 80% of the Ugandan population is under the age of 35. So he became president before many of them were born, most of the country. And he said then, way back, that the problem that Africa has is that some leaders don't want to leave. They want to sit tight. They want to. So now,
that's what
the same thing that you said, you are now doing it. You don't want to leave. And he claims that it is not him, that, what he said was, you trust Christine Amanpour. She went back and told him that this was what he said. And he said, yes, he doesn't deny that he said it, but
since people are still
yes, that he said if it is democratic, that is if the people want it. So it's the people that wanted him to stay. So that's why he's staying back and all that. So, but the reason why this came to my head is this equal pay thing that they're talking about. So since for many years the United States has been the world's moral policeman. They have been the one telling people how to do things. So maybe now we too can tell them that here in Edo State we already have equal pay for the men and the women. So maybe the United States government should learn from what's happening in Edo State. After all, the APC recently, they told the Americans that President Trump should learn from Muhammadu Buhari, the president of Nigeria, that he lost the election 3 times. He didn't storm the National Assembly. Instead, he went to court that Trump should allow the legal action, which he has exhausted. He has gone to court several times, and all the cases have been dismissed. So we do not have a problem with equal pay, but that's just in Edo State. We know that even with our own national team, we've got that problem of the men and the women not receiving equal pay.
Yeah, for our national team, I hope that very soon they'll look into it, because these Spafacons, they've really complained about the way they've been treated, and and the way the men have been treated also. So for me, I think they should look into their case and see how far. Yes, most of the players over there, they've really suffered. They've made some sacrifices. Some have lost captaincy. Some have not been getting call-ups because of the fights they are fighting right now. So same thing from what Osolo is also trying to say concerning their women's football, that they shouldn't just sit down and fold their hands. They should go out and do their own parts, talking to Congress, the Senate, meeting politicians and doing the legal documents and all that. Yes, it's really great, doing all this. At the end of the day, it's still going to pay out. Whether it takes like a long time or not, it's still going to come, to reality that yes, the United States, if not equal, but at some point, at least very close. Yeah, I know they're going to work towards that level. And for us to over here to have started the race, kind of talking about the documents, I think that's great. That has gone round viral. Many people now know that state teams now receive equal pay, and I think 1 or 2 African countries who are also doing same thing. So it's a matter of time. People will keep on fighting, keep on campaigning for what you believe in, and it will take a little time before people start heeding to your advice and trying to take something from the suggestion. So it will take time, little time, but I'm sure Osolo and their team, they should keep fighting, because they've done that over the years, and they should keep on.
Okay, let's go to cycling now. Mark Cavendish says he does not expect fairy tales because he is a realist. He returned to the Sonic Quick Step team for the 2021 season. He's 35. He has won 30 Tour de France stages in his career, second only to the Belgian legend Guy Mack. He enjoyed 3 successful seasons with Quick Step from 2013, but he does not expect to recapture those dizzying heights. So he says he's a realist. He's not looking to hang on to something to finish his career on a fairy tale. So he will just do his best and see how things go.
Yes, there's always competition at the end of every season, and when you are starting a new one, there's always a competition. So winning winning an event last time out doesn't mean you are still favourites. Yes, that will give you an edge, but if you don't prepare very well to retain it, yes, you could be beaten, to the title at the end of the season. So for me, I think all he needs to do is to do his own best and leave the rest and see how far he could go. But he should push himself. That's how to know great athletes, despite the fact that you're trying to, stay on, some levels. But you can still push yourself, give yourself that extra push when you see that your competitors all are coming after you and trying to get the title from you. So the more you get pushed, the more you push yourself as well to get to retain the title. So for me, I think this is the way to go. Don't put much pressure on yourself, but within yourself, you know how much you prepared, you know what your targets are, you know what you are going to look after, because you know the kind of people that will be competing as well. So Cavendish has got so much experience. So I think whatever he has said he wants to do, it's possible he achieves it as long as he stays injury free.
Okay, so that is the situation in cycling. Let's go to basketball now and look at the results of the matches that were played yesterday in the NBA. The Dallas Mavericks were in action against the Charlotte Hornets. The Mavericks won 104 points to 93. The top performers were for the Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic on 34 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists. Just one more point, you will have done a triple-double there. While PJ Washington of Charlotte Hornets got 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Milwaukee Bucks played against Detroit Pistons. The Bucks won 110 points to 101. The Greek Freak, Nigerian born, Giannis Adetokounmpo. Got 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Wonderful triple-double for him. While Jeremy Grant got 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist for the Detroit Pistons. Brooklyn Nets took on New York Knicks. Brooklyn Nets won 116 points to 109. The guy they call the Unicorn, Kevin Durant, got 26 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. While Julius Randle of New York Knicks got 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Memphis Grizzlies beat Minnesota Timberwolves 118 points to 107. Top performers for the Memphis Grizzlies, we had Jonas Valanciunas with 24 points, 16 rebounds, and 1 assist, while Karl Anthony Towns got 25 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 assists for Minnesota Timberwolves. For LA Lakers, they played against Oklahoma City Thunder. They were dominant in this game, 29 points the difference. They won 128 points to 99. Top performer for LA Lakers was LeBron James, 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. While Isaiah Roby of Oklahoma City Thunder got 11 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And we also had New Orleans Pelicans taking on LA Clippers. The Clippers won this encounter 111 points to 106. Naked Alexander Walker got 37 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist for the New Orleans Pelicans, while Kawhi Leonard scored 28 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists for LA Clippers. Portland Trail Blazers beat Sacramento Kings 132 points to 126. Damian Lillard of Portland Trail Blazers dropped 40 points, 1 rebound, 13 assists, while the Aaron Fox of Sacramento Kings got 29 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. The game between Utah Jazz and Washington Wizards was postponed. Okay, so that's what we had. Also, the game between Orlando Magic and Boston Celtic also postponed. Atlanta Hawks versus Phoenix Suns postponed too. So today we've got some matches lined up.
Philadelphia 76ers will take on Miami Heat. San Antonio Spurs will face Houston Rockets. Toronto Raptors versus Charlotte Hornets. Denver Nuggets will take on Golden State Warriors, while Portland Trail Blazers will do battle with Indiana Pacers. These are the matches slated for the rest of tomorrow.
Okay, let's quickly take your text messages now so that we do not run out of time. And after, if after taking the message you still have time, then we'll look at other things happening. This one reads, Oga Ibrahim, correct me if I'm wrong. If a goalkeeper receives a pass from his teammate with his hand, okay, you mean a back pass, outside his goal area in the 18-yard box, the opponent is awarded a free kick in the penalty area. This happened with City last night. Last time I saw it was also with City, and I've seen it a few times, but I overlooked it. Jones from Omore Road. No, when a goalkeeper catches the ball with his hand outside of the 18-yard box, that the goalkeeper is even sent off in that situation. Okay, what you mean is a back pass and he caught it inside his 18-yard box. Then an indirect free kick is given, and there could be sanction like a yellow card for the goalkeeper. So I didn't see this particular incident that you're talking about in the game between Man City last night. Man City and was it Brighton and Hove Albion that they played against? Do you remember this incident he's talking about? I don't know, but if it is outside the 18-yard box, if a goalkeeper handles the ball outside the 18-yard box and it's deemed to be deliberate, as in not that he accidentally, maybe he was falling, he touched the ball or something, then he's shown a straight red card. So I assume that what you're saying, maybe there was a back pass and the goalkeeper caught the ball in the 18-yard box, and then an indirect free kick was given. Hello, good morning, sportsmen. Congratulations to PSG, especially their new manager Mauricio Pochettino, for finally getting hold of a title. I hope this marks the start of greater things to come for him. I also want to wish my team, Real Madrid, all the very best in their game later tonight. My name is Hassan, texting from Lagos State. Thank you very much, Hassan, for joining us from Lagos. Good morning. I always enjoy your program. Please, what about Division 2 of Nigerian League and about Insurance of Benin? Please, who top goal score from top man? I don't have the stats yet for the goal scorers, but we'll try and get it. For the one you're calling the second division, that is the Nigerian National League. They've told us that it's going to start on the 16th. That's where Bendel Insurance play. It's going to start on the 16th of January. Okay. So some of these are not on sports. Trying to get the sports stories, the sports texts. All right, I think those are the ones that are sports. Okay, those are the. Okay, another one just came in. This one says, "Good morning. Trust you slept well." Please. Oh, okay. This also not sport. I saw Barcelona there, so I thought it was sports. It's talking about the KUFM fan who's Barcelona. Okay, all right, let's look at what's going on in the gossip section of the papers. We hear that the representatives of Manchester United and England midfielder Jesse Lingard, they have held initial discussions with Nice over a loan move, with an official approach expected in the coming days. Okay, that's what's happening with Jesse Lingard. Newcastle United manager Steve Bruce, he returns the support of the owner Mike Ashley, despite fans calling for him to be sacked following the midweek defeat by Sheffield United. Wolverhampton Wanderers manager Nuno Espirito Santos' agent is looking for a new Premier League club for the Portuguese, who signed a new deal at the Molineux in September. It will be interesting to see what will happen, or if he will be leaving Wolves. Tottenham Hotspur, they could cancel Danny Rose's contract during the January transfer window, with West Bromwich Albion interested in the 30-year-old England left-back. Arsenal's former German midfielder, is it former? Mesut Ozil is 32. He has offered to forgo some of the £7 million he's due to earn before the end of the season, so he can cut his contract short and leave this month. He's still an Arsenal player now. Meanwhile, the Gunners England under-20s forward Folarin Balogun, who's 19, has agreed to join Bundesliga side RB Leipzig. Liverpool, they are planning a summer move for Brighton's England defender Ben White, who's 23. Manchester City and Spain defender Eric Garcia, 20, has agreed personal terms with Barcelona, but the transfer is some way from completion. Barcelona boss Ronald Koeman is confident of signing two Netherlands international, one Liverpool midfielder Giorgio Wijnaldum, who's 30, and the 26-year-old Lyon forward Memphis Depay. He hopes he can sign them for free this summer. And Tottenham Hotspur manager Jose Mourinho insists England midfielder Harry Winks, who's 24, will not be sold or leave the club on loan this month. Everton defender John Joe Kenny, he could leave in the January transfer window, with Burnley interested in the 23-year-old. AC Milan have had talks with the agent of former Juventus striker Mario Mandzukic over a move for the 34-year-old Croat who is available on a free transfer. These are some of the stories making the rounds in the gossip section. And we also hear that former Arsenal and West Ham midfielder Jack Wilshere, who's 29, has impressed Bournemouth boss Jason Tyndall, and the Englishman could earn a short-term contract with the Championship side. All right, that's what's happening in the gossip section of the papers. Okay, time for us to blow the final whistle on this edition of the show.
It was another good performance. He's a guy with his special instinct close to goal. Not just with the left foot, but with the right foot. He deserves to play. His standards are higher. I try to judge the performance day by day, and I have the feeling he lives his life 24 hours to play football. Today, with a lot of distractions around our lives, clearly less now because we have to be at home. But when you see his face, he's happy at training sessions and playing games. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola praises young star Phil Foden after netting the winner against Brighton, which took them to test spot in the English Premier League yesterday. And that's the final whistle on Sports Fiesta this morning.
All right, that is the show. We are leaving now. We'll be back at 4 p.m. with a fresh edition of Sports Fiesta. I'm Sali Ibrahim. I've been doing this with Egosa Agbican. Please stay tuned for KU News updates coming up at 9 a.m. See you at 4 p.m. Bye-bye.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Saple Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
For yourself, oh, this no be the one you go take only ear here, oh. You must take your eyes see so that you self go enjoy what the other people they enjoy. Uyi Technica, the generator headquarter where they make everybody enjoy generators of all sizes and models for affordable price. Whether not the small one for barber shop or I been a big Perkins generator for factory and big building. Uyi Technica, the place for generators, spare parts, grinding machine, pepper mill, and others. Mention the name and size of generator where you want. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. For the kind of money where they your pocket. Bakam Uyi Technica get them. Come take your eyes see for the generator headquarters. Uyi Technica, 7981 and 83 Mission Road, Benin City, and all other Uyi Technical branches. Uyi Technica, affordable products for everybody jollification.
One expert don't land with big ogbonge odds and sharp cash out method. You will like sports. This now your big opportunity to make better money on top all your bets. We be bigger. My Niger people, I beg, make una no sleep on this one. Make you rush now. Go visit our website on oneexpert.ng. Don't forget to use the promo code BETNG and you go get 200% bonus on your first deposit. One expert. Bet we're there for everybody.
Don't you touch that dial.
Sugar, don't touch that dial.
KUFM 92.7.
Turn us up.
92.7.
We got you turned up through the roof.
Turn your radio up.
Turn us up.
92.7.
From Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM News Update.
It's 9 a.m. Good morning and welcome to KUFM's News Update. I am God's Love, Orlando. The Nigerian Communications Commission on Wednesday said it was awaiting the advice of the federal government as regards to deadline for the integration of subscriber identification module SIM with valid national identity numbers. It also stated that the earlier announced deadlines were still in force despite the clamor for extension or outright suspension of the registration process. The Director of Public Affairs, NCC, Ikechukwu Adinde, told newsmen in Abuja that no deadline extension had been approved. Calls for deadline extensions were mainly due to the large crowd crowds that gather daily at the various offices of the National Identity Management Commission. In Ogun State, where the government says it will deliver 10,000 housing units facilitated by the federal government within 2 years in different parts of the state, the Ogun State Commissioner for Housing, Jangumolu Omoniyi, said this while highlighting the achievements of his ministry so far in the state. Omoniyi disclosed that Ogun State was one of the 5 states identified by the federal government to pilot the Economic Sustainability Program on housing to jumpstart the economy post-COVID. And talking politics, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party in October 10th governorship election in Ondo State, Eitayo Jegede, on Wednesday closed his case at the Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Akure. Jegede had on Tuesday presented witness against the declaration of Governor Rotimi Akeredolu as the winner of the election. The PDP candidate had earlier listed over 400 witnesses to prove his case at the tribunal. The hearing of the petition at the tribunal was adjourned till January 19th. And finally, on News Update at 9, legal luminary and the founder of Afe Babalola University at Ado-Ekiti, Are Afe Babalola, on Wednesday condemned the mass closure of schools by the federal government over the COVID-19 second wave scare, describing it as unconstitutional and disastrous. The Abuad founder said the blanket closure was counterproductive, disturbing, and has a disastrous effect on the education of the youth in the country. Babalola spoke in Ado-Ekiti at a press conference in reaction to a statement credited to the Minister of Education, Adamu Adamu, that the January 18, 2021 earlier set by the federal government for school resumption will be reviewed. And that's KUFM's news update at 9. Please stay with us for more interesting programs and news updates on every hour. Do not forget, you can listen to us anywhere in the world, either by visiting our website at www.kufm.net, or you can download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. Remember, we're also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. You can also listen to us on RadioGarden.com. Coming up in a moment is Dialogue. I am God's Love, Orlando. Good morning.
Turn it up. 92.7.
Everybody wants to know more of this and more of that. What is happening around the globe? Me, myself, I want to know. Said you know